everyone. Sorry, it's a really weird angle. I don't like moving my tripod because then my stuff ends up getting messed up. So I just wanted to say hi and explain just a couple of things. I've been scrapbooking since 2003, about when my niece turned 3, and I took a break. I'd been sick and I had cancer. I mean, it's not a happy story, but I'm good. I've been in remission. Actually, as of next month, it will be 5 years. So I will show you a couple of my layouts, and then, but before I do that, I'm going to show you my scrapbooking space where I scrapbook first in the middle of a layout so you see how it looks at that point, and then also when I finish, and I'll show you kind of my setup for my camera. Then I'm going to show you a layout I did when I first started, and then one of my favorite layouts about when I first came back, and then one of my recent favorite layouts that I did on my own channel, not for the Crafty Mavens. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in just a few seconds. Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and this is me being real. This is how my desk looks when I am in the middle of a layout. I have my cut file cut, and I've got my title all set but not glued down, and I've got some embellishments on the paper already, and this is what it looks like. And you can hear Xanthi because she does not like it when I talk to the plastic box and don't talk to her. So she's going to be very vocal for this part. But this is what it looks like to be a portable scrapbooker. That is the love seat I sit on, and now you're going to see my dog coming down because she's like, what are you doing? So here's me. Oh, and there's the cat. Yeah, this is my life, people. This is how I scrapbook. Isn't it fun? So if I pan up a little bit, I don't want to make you all dizzy, you'll see right here's my finger's going to come in. I don't know how it's going to work here. I'm pointing it from the wrong direction. I apologize. Here we go. That's really close. Okay. Right there is my 31 fold and file thing. And that's where I keep all my little paper kits that I put together. I'll do a little close-up of that in a little bit, and there's my laptop. And so that's where I keep all my paper files. And then this little basket, sorry, once again, really close, that little basket is where I keep odds and ends that I want to use up, but I don't want to forget about, so I just kind of tuck it in that basket. So hold on one second. Okay, so here's my folding file. I've got a little light here. And so I just keep everything in plastic bags. And then it's all by either manufacturer, or once I get down, or not manufacturer, by line. And then once I get down to less than, like maybe I can make a layout or two, I try to combine it with another one that has similar colors. So this isn't all my paper, but it's the majority of what I use currently. And then every so often I'll bring some things out of here and put it, I have 2 iris containers of pattern paper, and I'll put it back there by manufacturer, and then I'll pull out a couple others and make up a little mini kit. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, and I am back, and now the layout is done, and my desk is all clean. It looks pretty much the same, except everything's put away. And my kit, hang on, over here. My kit goes right in the front of my file and folder that I work from, and here's my layout. It will have been on the internet yesterday because I didn't make a process video for it. So just to let you see, this is my tripod, and that was $13 on Amazon. And then I bought a monopod, which is very similar to a selfie stick, and I attached that, and that was about $5. And then I bought this little screw-on add-on thing, and that was about $5, $4 or $5. So everything I got adds up to just over $20. And I film so that I sit over here, and so it films upside down. And I just, if it films upside down, I film on my iPhone, And so if it's filmed upside down, I just flip it in my video programming, and I'll take a screenshot of what I use and put it in. Okay, so Viva Video, I think that's what it's called. And here's my dog. I'd like to point out both the dog and the cat were sound asleep when I started filming this portion, and now the dog has decided to join us. So that is my setup. And if you have any questions about it, just let me know. All right, be back. Okay, here it is, one of my first layouts. I don't know if it's exactly like the absolute first, but I know it's one of the first. This is from a kit I bought at Walmart. Now, funny story of how I ended up scrapbooking. I had always enjoyed paper crafts. I'd always made my own cards, even back in high school when there weren't, especially over here in the East Coast, there were not places to make cards. You bought like the fancy stationery on the watercolor paper in the stationery section of the store, and then the really big clumpy stamps and, you know, colored pencils, or, you know, unless you were like an art student, you were not aware of what was out there. So I had always made my own cards and made my own stationery, and I'd always been super into paper. But to be truthful, I was always a horrible photographer. It kind of runs in my family. We have this joke of my oldest uncle's graduation from high school. There's a photo, and it's supposed to be my uncle. I have three uncles on my mom's side. So my three uncles, my grandmother, and my mom. And so if this is the photo, they're all over here, and like my grandma's half cut off and the top of my uncle's head is cut off, and what's in the center of the photo is this bush. So I always joke, oh, it's the photo where we are so proud of this bush. So it gets worse, and so I don't have a lot of great photos or even decent photos. So, and my mom, when I was growing up, we had a Polaroid. So any photos I have of myself are Polaroid photos that have been scanned in and then made to look like non-Polaroid photos. So in the early 2000s, I got a digital camera, and it was one of the early editions, so the photos aren't awesome, but I was able to then take them and digitally fix them, and I am a very good editor. When people compliment me on my photos, I'm always like, you know, it wasn't that good before I got to editing it. And I don't over edit or anything like that, but I, you know, straighten things out and boost the color and stuff like that. So that happened concurrently with one of my friends got married, and they were just doing a backyard wedding, very simple and stuff. So she bought a scrapbook kit from Walmart, and she was making a wedding scrapbook because they didn't have a photographer. They just had their friends take photos. And I was kind of like, I'm sorry, you can take photographs and mix it with playing with paper and put it in a book, and then really you can do that? So, you know, I was so excited that I actually rushed out, and I actually went to Walmart that day and got this kit, and then I had no idea what to do. So most of like my first layouts are exact copies from like the instruction manual that came with the book. So they would write, you know, put a favorite quote and use decorative scissors, and eyelets are awesome, and you know. And then, you know, the internet was still there. It was not what it is today, obviously. So I Googled, you know, scrapbooking or paper crafts or something like that, and I found 2 peas in a bucket. So I also took a class at one of my local scrapbook stores. It has since closed. I will say, if you live in Connecticut, you're actually super lucky because there are several scrapbooking stores, and we're a small state. There's one all the way up by the Massachusetts line called Inspiration Station. There's one in, I think it's Southington, called CT Scrapbooks or Scrapbook CT. There's Paper House Clubhouse or Paper Clubhouse, I don't remember what it's called, down in the Westport area. And there's another stamping store in Canton or Avon, one of those over there, called the Scrap Nest. And I think that one's still open. I'll be totally honest, I don't know. There used to be 2 others, one in Canton and one in Rocky Hill. They have both closed, but they both run scrapbooking retreats, both one day and weekend events. So here in Connecticut, we're actually very, very lucky. And I believe there's another store type thing down like near the Mystic area of Connecticut. Sorry, rambling. But anyway, so we're very, very lucky here. We have a lot available to us. We also have a couple available to us, like an art store over in Rhode Island and a couple of scrapbooking stores up in Massachusetts. So we're very lucky scrapbook store wise. I also happen to have Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and AC Moore in my town. So I feel very lucky supply wise, not to mention the internet. So this is my first layout, or one of my first layouts. And as you can see, I did the lovely hand rounding of my corners, and I punched the little sun design, and I don't know, I had no clue what I was doing. Oh, so my rambling point was that I went to one of the scrapbooking stores that was closed for a scrapbooking class, and that's where I learned the traditional double page photo, you know, chalking and all of that lovely stuff. So now, as I mentioned in my face-to-face portion of my video, I did get sick and I took a break from scrapbooking. First, I had some neuropathy, so I wasn't able to use my fingers as well as I usually could. And also, to be honest, I was tired. I was very, very tired for quite a bit of time. And then once you get out of the habit of doing something, you get out of the habit. So 3 years went by and all of a sudden I had the itch to scrapbook. I hadn't touched anything in 3 years. And I just went online and I actually found, I think it was a blog post by Chamel. And so this is a scrap lift of her, or from her sketch. I don't remember what I did. And so this is the layout I did. I have no idea who made the paper. I'm thinking either Cosmo Cricket or maybe Yellow Bicycle. I don't remember which. So this is it, and these are, I colored them because they were not the right color, and these are my Girl Scouts. We're not in Girl Scouts anymore. They are in high school now, and it was just a little tough for them to keep up with their academics. Girl Scouts, and they all play music and or dance. So, sorry, people are home. I'm gonna have to pause it. Okay, sorry about that. Someone came home. Now, so as I was saying, this is the layout, and, you know, I came back after 3 years, so a lot of things were different. I'm pretty sure this is the last time I actually used shaped rhinestones on a page. And, you know, enamel dots hadn't been there when I stopped scrapbooking, and misting hadn't been a thing when I stopped scrapbooking. So, sorry, my niece is going to run around, and so I'm going to stop again. Okay, so that's all I have to say, but it's pretty cute, you know, not bad for, you know, haven't been doing it in 3 years. And here is one of my most recent photos. I actually did this just a couple weeks ago. The video is up on my station, and this is just made with the Simple Stories Summer Vibes line. This is, we had gone up to Maine, and this is one of the photos I took. And I just, you know, I love this. This is my favorite thing, just to do a single photo. This happened to be a 5x7, and then kind of embellish behind it. So this is one of my favorite things to do. And I did want to show you one more layout, because this is the one I was working on when I took my videos. So this is my most recent. This is using my Scraptastic kit. And this is our newest cat that we got after Loki passed away. So this is Xanthi, and I just took a great photo of her and wanted to talk about how sweet she is and how lucky we are to have her. So that's kind of like the change of my style, and now I'm just gonna show you some photos and talk about, you know, me personally, just in case anyone wants to know. And after that, I hope everyone has a great day. Bye! Okay, so here's a photo of myself, my niece who's in the middle there, and then my best friend. Now we share a house, and my best friend is a single mom, so she asked me to live with her, and I would help take care of her daughter, and she would give me a break on the rent, so it works out for all, you know, and we all really get along, and it's pretty great since I'm not having children myself. I get, you know, a chance to help out. So here is Sadie the Schnauzer, and Sadie has been with us for about almost 10 years now. She will be 10 next April.
And here's a younger picture of my niece, obviously, with her two ferrets, Simba, who's on the left-hand side, and Nala, who's on the right. And finally, our newest member of the family, this is Xanthi, and she is just over a year old. So thanks so much, everyone. Bye!